Oh my goodness, my friends, I got some pretty interesting stuff to show you in this video. Stoney, hope you're all doing well. Oh, wow, new technology. You're not going to believe some of the stuff I'm going to show you. I got 4 new things to show you that are absolutely insane, of course, in just one day's time. New stuff. Wow. We got a new robot. You got to see this robot. You're going to laugh. If you have a dark sense of humor like me, you're going to laugh. Okay, we'll get into that. We got what they're trying to put subscriptions literally on everything now. Literally. Okay, the craziest one you would have never thought of. They put a subscription on something you ain't going to believe. I'm going to get into that. And I'm not talking about the refrigerators. I already talked about how they're going to do Ice Cube subscriptions on 2027 refrigerators. I'm not even talking about that one. That one's crazy enough. This is even crazier. Okay, we got on top of that what they're doing in New York State with very simple CNC machines, 3D printers. You ain't going to believe what they're doing. We'll get into that one as well. We got also a ton of other stuff to get into. What some of these, and I actually did over on my other channel, the whole thing with the bunkers. Maybe I'll talk about that very briefly. Got some interesting stuff on that at the tail end. But we got engineers now standing up to some of this. We got this crazy story of a chef working for one of these guys that a billionaire had an underground bunker. I'll show you that in the video as well. And some other stuff. We got some other stuff as well. Let's just get going here. We'll start with the wonderful new robot they came out with last night. Everyone is making jokes. I made some pretty funny memes off it. This is an actual robot. This is an actual robot. It's like a Senator with a chainsaw. 6 foot tall. They actually made this. This is literally a robot that they made. Dude, what the heck? California startup Satras 3 Halves is a teleoperated robot designed to go where humans can't, like wildfires, rubble searches, and toxic spill zones. Instead of relying on autonomous AI, it acts as a highly durable avatar for skilled human operators working from a safe distance. They literally made it into a minotaur. Or no, this isn't a minotaur. Wouldn't it be a what's the right word for this? Is that a Senator? I can't remember what the name is. I think someone called it a minotaur there, but I don't think that's a minotaur. Yeah, I was right. It's not a minotaur. It's a Senator. I couldn't even spell it right. Senator. It looks like a Senator. Yeah. Minotaur is the one that looks like a bull. You know what I mean? That was on the island. What was it? Crete or something? The mythology behind that whole thing. So they're building up these weird mythical beings, robot versions. People have been talking about this AI, of course, being perhaps demonic. And then they go literally make mythical creatures out of these robots, right? And of course, if you know the sort of the mythology and the eschatology behind all this, supposedly the disembodied spirits of Minotaurs, Senators are demons. So it doesn't work out too well in people's minds. Of course, you could see grandma being taken care of by chainsaw Senator here. Not really. I don't think I want that for some reason. And so, like I said, we're going to get into a ton of stuff. We're just getting started. We have these apartments doing something insane. You ain't going to believe this, what they're doing with your apartments now. We're going to get into that. We got what's going on in New York State. The 6G is actually the big topic. It's pretty crazy. I'm going to get into that as well. They want to roll that out. And you ain't going to believe, it's just crazy what it can do, the technology behind 6G, what it's capable of, and what people are concerned about it. So I'm going to get into it and kind of lay out what's really going on with the whole thing, because I did some research on it using Google Gemini to figure out kind of what's going on. First, I got to mention food supply, 25-year shelf life. Go check it out. Link is in the description. If you need 3 days worth, they got it for $30. If you need a year's worth and like some sort of solar power generator, $3,000 for the combo. They got everything. They got hundreds of different options. Really low price, high price, depending on what you want. I mean, if you want a year's worth in a literal solar power generator, of course, it's going to cost $3,000. But $3, 3 days worth for $30. Go check it out. Also, this book here, The Lost Ways, How Your Great-Great-Grandfather Lived Without Electricity. You might want that as well. Get the printed version, $37. What if these robot senators, minotaurs are running amok in your area because of some sort of weird hacking with chainsaws? You might want to have this book just in case you can go to the mountains and get away from it all. Link is in the description. Obviously, there's probably more realistic versions of that. I mean, who knows, though? I don't know what the hell the future is at this point. But whatever insane stuff might happen, you might want to have that book just in case. $37. Go check out our game we're doing, Noah VR. $400 to get involved in that. With the other shareholders, my brain's not working very well here. $400 to get a seat with the other shareholders in the investment opportunity. 33% of Noah VR profits are set aside for those that get involved. When we release the game, link is in the description for that as well. My goodness, I can't talk. All right, let's get going here. Let's start with this new apartment update. You're going to love this. $2,500 a month. Let's hear what she has to say and what they're doing.
Hey, so everyone has lost their fucking mind. Apartment hunting, housing market, renting, whatever it is, you've absolutely lost your mind. So as I sit here apartment hunting here in Los Angeles, would you believe that I came across this place, $2,500 a month, okay, 1 bedroom, no utilities included, you have to pay for your parking, bare bones, 3 times the rent, $650 minimum credit, okay? I scroll down to the bottom, and I see that in order for you to access your unit that you are paying $2,500 for, okay, you must subscribe to a monthly membership to use your key fob. If you don't, you will not be able to access your unit that you pay $2,500 for.
Another subscription plan. Literally another one. Every day there's a new one. We already talked about the printers. Even if you have the print cartridge, everything, it won't work if you don't have a subscription. We talked about the Ford Bronco that stopped in the middle of traffic on a expressway because the guy didn't pay his bill and they shut the car off. That's not a subscription, but you get the idea. You also had the refrigerator one I covered yesterday, where apparently 2027 refrigerators, at least for some brands, you will get the first year of ice for free from the ice maker, but then after that you have to have a subscription, a yearly subscription to get ice from your own fridge. And now we got the newest one. Your apartment complex will charge you a monthly subscription for your key. Yes, a key. And apparently that's not the only weird one. We got another one over here, and this one's a little bit different. It's not a fob. All right, check this one out.
All right, a little story time about how capitalism completely destroys our ability to thrive, let alone survive. All right?
It's not capitalism, it's corporatism, and it's also the fact that they have inflation and they print money to destroy our economy and suck the life out of us. But let's just keep going.
So my apartment, I have been here for 4 years now. And when I first moved in, we had a fob system for locks. Right? Little gray disc that you attach to your keychain and you just slap it up against the little magnetic-y thing and it unlocks the main door, your door, all those things. About a year and a half to 2 years ago, we all get an email from our apartment complex that they are doing away with the fob system, and instead we are going to be on a phone app lock system. So fobs are going away. They're going to change out all the locks on every single door, and we're all going to be using this phone app moving forward.
Oh my goodness.
And they instituted this across, there's like over 200 apartments in my complex.
That's insane. It's just like those people who use their phones to pay for everything. I don't do that, but I mean, it's just kind of ridiculous how they're trying to make you use your phone for everything now, including unlocking your apartment.
Big complex. And by and large, since this was installed, every single resident I talk to, we hate this app system. Absolutely hate it, because think about it. When I first moved in, if I get home and I've got arms full of, grocery bags and I'm by myself, all I have to do is hook my keys onto my finger and just slap the fob up against the magnetic thing, and I can unlock the elevator, I can unlock my front door, no problem, right? Now what I have to do armful of groceries is I have to get out my phone. I have to unlock it with my face.
Oh, yeah, of course. It takes forever. You use your face to unlock your phone. That's another thing. All this stuff's ridiculous, man. I was at Universal Studios like about a week ago in Florida, and one of the restaurants we went to, they wanted you to order on your phone. I'm like, really, dude? Like, I hate ordering on my phone. It like takes twice or 3 times longer than me just going up to someone and saying, hey, can I just order this? Right? I'm so sick and tired of them trying to make you use your phone for everything. It's so annoying. You got that story there. Then we got some new ones. We got more. We're just getting started. We're just barely getting going here. This is all from one day's time, practically. Well, actually, this one was around for a couple days, but must see. New York just passed a law on lathes, CNC machines, and 3D printers. Check this out. This is pretty interesting.
Well, they actually did it. I've been warning people on YouTube for 5 months with millions of views, telling people that the blueprint blocking technology was coming. And the first state of many just passed it. It's going to require your tools like lathes, CNC machines, laser cutters, and even 3D printers to check with a state database to make sure that you're not printing ghost guns. This is a full-on war on manufacturing. Now, you almost lost the ability to buy these tools online. Not kidding. That was in the bill up until the final moments, but they removed it. All right, now let's get into it. And that's not all. This gets way worse and so dystopian that this is almost unbelievable. They are even working on requiring background checks to buy these common tools in person as well. Seriously. Right now, every one of these machines sold in New York now has to come equipped with software that scans your design files before it lets you cut, drill, or 3D print anything. A detection algorithm running on your machines, watching your files, deciding how you are allowed to use the tools that you bought and paid for. The language is so broad that the popular homemaker machine called the Cricut is included in this legislation.
Oh my goodness, Cricut, man. So, as you can tell here, New York State is obsessed with this topic, and they're so concerned that you're going to make one of these things that they're like looking into your files and want to check your background and all this kind of crazy stuff. I'm wondering if other states will try to do this as well. That's an interesting point. My concern, the overall thing I'm noticing here is that via corporations often, and sometimes state GOVs and others, you're seeing them like trying to creep into your products, the things you're buying. They're trying to make it so it's a subscription rather than something you purchased. They're able to turn it off if they don't like something you did, like your Ford Bronco, because you didn't pay on time, literally stop in the expressway, as I showed the other day on one video. This is ridiculous. Okay, they claim it's for safety and all this, but do you think stopping a Ford Bronco in the middle of traffic is safe? Like all these things that they're putting in vehicles today, they don't seem like they're really making it safer. It seems like they're trying to over-engineer, put all this high-tech stuff in the car for another reason. I think some of it's for safety, but some of it doesn't seem like it makes sense. And my background literally is mechanical engineering, and I used to design trucks, so I think I might know a little bit about what I'm talking about. You got here also this topic with 6G. Now, I looked into it. I did some research on it. I think a lot of the 6G is mainly for 3 things. One, data centers, so all the robots can communicate and do stuff, okay, in their AI. Industrial applications with robots. High-speed internet. Now, the thing about 6G is it has a lot of other capabilities, and people are getting concerned about that. Like, for example, if you have a 6G device in your house, even though it's probably going to be just for mainly internet speeds, and maybe to detect if you're home, it actually has other capabilities. It could actually detect your breathing, okay? It could literally detect perhaps your heart rate even, depending on where it is in your house, this device, if you buy one. But from what I understand, it's mainly for just internet capability. But the fact that they have these other potentials is what's raising concern because of privacy reasons. What if someone hacked the device? What if they're trying to see if you're home? You see what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things it could be used for. And what if it's on like your... Now, of course, the interesting part about this, because I did a bunch of research into it, is like even if it's on your telephone pole outside your house, if you're inside your house, it probably can't really detect much because these are very short wave. So you got 4G, which is much longer wave, which actually goes right through your body. And then you got 5G, which was even shorter wave. And next 6G is like super short wave. Super short wave can only go so far, like 10 to 100 meters in clear open air. I mean, if there's a storm going on, 5 meters, they won't be able to detect anything. If you're inside your house, it won't be able to detect what's going on inside your house. If you're like even 10 meters away, probably. And if you're, behind cement, it's not going to it's not going to know anything about what's inside your house. But the concern is they're trying to put all this high-tech stuff everywhere. And we've seen what's going on in China. Okay. They use this for other reasons to track everything, which we don't want here, which of course some people probably do want here. So they're going to pretend like, oh, this is for fast internet, oh, this and that. And then, of course, you got them later trying to sneak it in the back door, right? That's why we need to be vigilant and say, no, we're not going to accept any of this BS, right? Here you have a clip of our president talking about this, I believe. Check this out.
60 now. I just 5G. I was a leader on 5G getting that done. And now they're up to 6.
Let's do it again.
What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin?
He doesn't. Look, this is what I was trying to say in my last video on my other channel. A lot of people are. So most people agreed with me, but there's a couple of people got offended. This dude does not understand what's going on. Okay, he's our president. I voted for the dude. Okay, but like he just doesn't understand what he's pushing. Okay, for one, and I'm not trying to be retarded about this, or technical about this. The fact of the matter is, it only goes into your skin. It can't even go through your body. 6G. So you're saying it gives you a deeper view of your skin? No, it doesn't. 4G does. The fact is, he doesn't understand what he's pushing. He's like always, we got to be number one. We got to be number one 5G. We got to be number one 6G. We got to be number one data center. We got to be. Why? You know what I mean? Like, oh, because China's doing it. We're not China. Okay, we're not China, and what they're using it for is not good. I mean, we told you guys, like when they were like over in China for a short time there, some Americans, our president was over there, I think. They got like a parking ticket after 5 minutes being parked wrongly because they got cameras everywhere and they're checking everybody and they're like sending you bills in your email. Oh, you got $150 of bills today because you were jaywalking and whatever other stupid thing they found that you did wrong. Oh, you went over the speed limit. This is the kind of stuff they're doing in China. You want that here? No, of course we don't want that here. But see, the point is with data centers, do we really need these data centers? Like, what is the point of them? So you can ask an AI some dumb question, right? Like, what's the point? So you can have these robots like this one back here I showed you. I don't want this robot. I don't want a chainsaw senator walking around. Okay, I don't want it. All right, maybe you can put it on the battlefield. Okay, whatever, but I don't want that thing walking around my house. I don't want no senator with a chainsaw. Okay, cutting trees out into my backyard. Hell no. I don't want it. You get what I'm saying? So the point is, they're mainly using this for data centers. They're mainly using this and they're going to try to sell it to you as high-speed internet. Do you really need higher speed internet than you currently have? What are you going to be doing? Like, are you building some massive AI database or are you doing some weird stuff? I mean, there's really no reason to have like 6G internet, which is insanely, it's like the most ridiculous speed. It's like gigabits a second or something ridiculous. It's like insane. Like, it's hundreds of gigabits a second. Do you need hundreds of gigabits a second? I don't really think I need that. On top of the fact is, we don't even know the health risks of this thing. Of course, they're saying it's all completely safe. Okay. I don't know about you guys. I don't really exactly believe them when they tell me that. But yeah, so the fact of the matter is, it's mainly they're going to try to sell it to you as high-speed internet. Who cares? We don't need it any faster than it already is. It's already extremely fast. Unless you're like got some insanely huge virtual reality game that you're like sitting in and it looks real, I don't think you need that speed, right? You don't need it for normal situations. You don't need it for your phone. That's for freaking sure. Your phone couldn't even handle it if it even had it. There's nothing your phone could download that would need that speed ever. Maybe a home computer if you're like building some massive thing. That's about it. Otherwise, you don't need it. So there's no reason to have this for internet. So it's all about data centers. It's all about industry and robots that take your jobs. That's literally all 6G is. That's what it is. And so we can have the biggest economy while they rob us with the Fed by printing money in the background. How about we fix the problems we got already? Fix the Fed. Put the dollar back on the gold standard. Stop robbing us so we can afford things. Stop trying to sell subscriptions every 2 seconds. We don't need robots with freaking chainsaws, okay? We don't need this stuff. Unless you're on a battlefield, I don't care, man. I don't want no damn robot with a chainsaw. Okay? So ridiculous, man. Oh my goodness, it's so insane. This is why we need to really be thinking through what's going on here.
Are not ready. The government is not ready. The arms race dynamic between the companies is out of control, and we want your help to help raise awareness about this. I think a huge problem that both the film, the AI doc, and our AI dilemma presentation we're trying to tackle is this myth.
Yeah, you got the senator in your house.
that you can't know which way the future is going to go. The future's uncertain. A million things can happen. These are just unintended consequences from technology. The best route is just to accelerate as fast as possible.
No.
And that is not true.
That's the Peter Thiel philosophy, which is insane. Literally insane.
And just to repeat a quote that is heard from every one of my interviews, but it's because it's so accurate. Charlie Munger, Warren Buffett's business partner, saying, if you show me the incentives, I'll show you the outcome. And with the
exactly. What are the incentives here? Oh, I get high-speed internet on my phone. I don't need it any faster. Why do you need the 6G? It's like insane.
Incentives of social media being the race to maximize eyeballs and engagement.
Right, exactly. It's all corporate. It's all about, they want to know where you're at in your house, when you're sleeping, when you're eating, so then they can know what to market to you. That's literally all this is. I'm a marketer. I'm an engineer. I did both. Okay? I know what they're freaking doing. They're trying to make as much money as they can off you, keep you as broke as possible. That's all this BS is. It literally is just money to them. They want to know everything about you so they can sell everything to you. They're already doing it, but they want to do it even more so. They're obsessed with money. That's literally what this is. Okay? It's disgusting. It's absolutely scummy. It's scummy marketing to try to turn your Ford Bronco off because you missed a payment in the middle of the freaking expressway. That's super greedy ass scummy. You know what I mean? Let the guy at least come up with the money. You know what I mean? It's so ridiculous, some of the stuff that's going on right now. You got these engineers here storm and stage a protest against Amazon using AI over in apparently the Middle East to do things for the military.
When Amazon employees say something against Project Nimbus, you fire them.
These are engineers, okay? That's what I noticed. A lot of these people going to city council meetings, a lot of ones protesting, they know what this is because they were designing it in some cases, or they know the technology and where it's going. That's why they're against it, okay? And if these guys were really selling us a utopia like they claim, why are they all building freaking bunkers? Why are they building freaking bunkers? Oh, it's going to be a utopia. While I'm building a bunker over here, I'm hiding in it right now. It's not going to be a utopia. Shut up, dude. If it was a utopia, you would be out and not building bunkers. Duh. Here you got this guy. He apparently interviewed a guy who's a chef for one of these decabillionaires. And he's talking here about how an underground elite family was hiring him to be their chef. And then one night, the husband got drunk and told him why he was underground. Okay. Let's see if I can show you some of this. Yeah, here we are. Okay, let's start here. So first thing is he's getting paid tons of money to do this. He had no job. He ended up getting hired for this unique opportunity to go cook for this family, very rich family. They happen to be living in a underground silo or something. Check this out. And this is what he said, what the guy said to him.
Turns out he wasn't really a billionaire. He was more like a deca-billionaire. And this guy had been given multiple tip-offs and informations from insider fraternities and groups that he was in, stating that there was going to be a worldwide cataclysmic event. And he was terrified. He said ever since he got those tip-offs and those rumors, he was preparing because he wanted to live. We all want to live. We value our lives. So he took these messages very seriously. He's not the only one that thinks this. There is an entire community of preppers. Some have their own little underground bunkers.
So this is kind of funny, man. We talked before about how Mark Zuckerberg literally has a bunker in a bunker. I mean, the dude knows something. Why would you build a bunker in a bunker? Like, you're really expecting it to potentially go really wrong if you got a bunker in a bunker, okay? A bunker in a bunker, dude. Like, you know there's something weird with these guys. You know that they're building something and they don't even trust it themselves, that they're building bunkers. It's so dumb. And then they expect us to trust them, right? No, I don't trust you. I don't trust you at all, Peter Thiel. With your little Antichrist seminars. Shut up, dude. Don't trust you at all. At all. Zero trust. Don't trust you at all. Don't trust any of these guys building this AI pretty much. Even Elon, I don't really trust him much. I mean, if anybody is at least sort of trustable, maybe him, but I don't even really trust him. I don't know about you guys, but yeah. So, and then I found this here. Okay, I showed this over my other two channels. This was a really interesting find. This lady here, her name's Kay Podgy, has an antique Bible from like 1830. And she noticed something rather curious in her Bible. All right. Talking about the end, of course, and the falling away, all that kind of stuff.
When it comes to mainstream theology, we've been duped. The church is in the falling away, but systematically. A lot of people have been watching for the falling away as if it's going to be this obvious, like, stand up and walk out of all institutional churches. But I am of the belief that the institutional church in itself has fallen away. I'm going to show you out of my 1830 Bible and my 1863 Bible just how much theology has changed in the last...
All right, yeah, so check this out. She's going to show a clip here, and this is only one of her clips. I should go check out all the other ones, but this is a really good one. And it shows you, like, at least, I would say at bare minimum, like 15-20% Protestant are following this lie that straight up is clearly shown to be an error. And we're talking like a very, very basic, like straight up 2 + 2 = 4 level thing. Check this out.
Publishing House Bible with the Old Testament, the New Testament, references, critical and explanatory notes, along with a condensed concordance. Okay, let's start strong. So in Revelation 2:6, Jesus says, "But this thou hast, that thou hatest the deeds of the Nicolaitans, which I also hate." And then again in verse 15, "So hast thou also them that hold the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which thing I hate." When you go to the definition of Nicolaitans, it says, certain heretical Christians referred to in Revelation 2:6 and 15, who taught that the knowledge of God and Christ was sufficient for salvation, and that being justified by faith, they were free from the restraints of the law and might indulge in sin with impunity. Guys, think about this. This is almost all of modern day Christianity, regardless of denomination. This is faith alone. This is once saved, always saved.
So now I don't fully agree with what she's saying there. I don't think it's all modern day Christianity, but it is a significant chunk of the Protestant church, based on my experience. I've been in a lot of different churches. I've been in like 3 different Baptist church, 2 different Assembly of God church, Pentecostal. I've been in like Catholic. I've been in, my best friend is an Orthodox. My sister's an Orthodox. I've went to Methodist church, Wesleyan church, Nazarene. I can keep going. There's like a lot. I've been to a lot of them. I've been to Lutheran, a lot of them. So actually for a decent amount of time, like for a year sometimes, or 2 years. So I've went to a lot of different kinds of churches, and I know a lot about their different viewpoints. And what's interesting is, like, I would say this is more, what she's talking about is more of a, philosophically, or more of a theologically, it's Calvinistic, not necessarily Calvin, but some types of Calvinists teach this, not all. Like John MacArthur doesn't teach this, for example, but some of his main proponents or opponents, opponents, they would teach this. And I could name names, but I'm not going to here. But the point is, they teach that you can sin and it doesn't matter, which is literally the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which Jesus said he hates in Revelation. Okay, so they would say, oh, I'm saved by faith, but I can sin. It doesn't matter. See, and you do have churches that teach this. This is straight up a lie. Okay, the whole idea of the word faith, the reason why they get this error is they don't look at the ancient Greek. The word faith in the ancient Greek literally means faithfulness. It doesn't mean just to believe. It means faithfulness. I can actually show you this. I made an article a long time ago on this. Let me see if I can pull it up. Yeah, here we are. Terms. Okay, I got it already. Faith. Here we are. So here is the thing. Like if you look at the ancient Greek on John 3:16, for example, commitment. You got down here another word from Ephesians 2:8, the one everyone, for by grace you are saved. Constancy, fidelity, faithfulness, commitment. They all mean faithfulness. It basically means faithfulness. Okay, it basically means commitment, faithfulness, all that kind of stuff. Continuing in the faith. This is part of the definition of the word faith. It doesn't merely mean believe. Like you say the sinner prayer one time, you can do whatever you want after that. That's not what it means. And that actually was apparently the doctrine of the Nicolaitans, which apparently is very popular in some churches today. It's an error. At any rate, that's my video. Kind of want to know what some of you guys think about this. And of course, you have faith in Christ and his death on the cross, obviously. But the point is, what kind of faith is it? Is it a faith that's dead or alive? Right? You have to have a living faith. At any rate, that's my video. Kind of want to know what some of you guys think. Let me know in the comment section below. And thanks for watching.